It's the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 20th of January. Alabama's weather in the deep freeze today and snow tomorrow for South Alabama. Model consistency is getting very good. Forecast confidence much better today. So let's dive in and see what's to come. No doubt some interesting hours ahead here in the weather office. First off, there's the upper air pattern. And again, just looking at that, you can tell it's going to be so cold over much of the contiguous United States. Delivery coming in over the pole down through Canada into North America. But at least it's sunny today. A very dry air mass. Alabama with a cloudless sky. But we note off to the west, clouds are increasing over Texas as that low in the Gulf of Mexico begins to form. But the radar is showing very little across much of the country today. But tomorrow will be different. So the average high for this date in Birmingham is 54. It's 27 right now, 27 degrees. Wow. Temperatures obviously below freezing for the entire northern half of the state. We've got 23 in Huntsville, 30s for South Alabama, Mobile and Dothan, the warm spots at 39. So no change in the advisories as I do this update. I'm live at 1:57 this afternoon. Now, these will probably be adjusted somewhat in the next hour or so. But at the moment, we have a winter storm warning in effect tomorrow for South Alabama. South of a line from Demopolis to Montgomery to Phoenix City, the counties in pink on that map. The winter storm watch will probably go away, I think. The counties in blue is that it looks like those areas should see very little snow tomorrow. The big numbers will be well to the south of there over the southern, really, quarter of the state. But again, it's interesting to see the winter storm warning spread out from the southern tip of Texas. I do weather on the radio in McAllen, Texas. Been doing it for years and years there. And tomorrow morning, we're forecasting a wintry mix. Lower Rio Grande Valley, some sleet, freezing rain, maybe a few snowflakes. Houston could see several inches of snow. New Orleans, accumulating snow likely. Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, Gulfport, Biloxi, Mobile, Pensacola, into South Alabama. And you don't see that often. And obviously, we're not going to worry about thunderstorms. No thunderstorms expected anytime soon. So let's get right into it. Model fans. Here we go, the GFS, the 12Z run. This is tomorrow afternoon at 3. You can see the shortwave off to the west that'll be spinning up a broad low in the Gulf of Mexico. So let's just get right down to the high-resolution modeling. We'll talk about timing and placement. So this is 12 noon tomorrow, 12 noon Central Time. At that point, a good snow should be falling in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Gulfport, Biloxi, Mobile, Fort Morgan, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Pensacola, Crestview, Bay Minette, Foley. All of those places in blue on this map. Again, that's 12 noon. So this is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and you can see that sharp cutoff on the northern extent of the snow. The cutoff line runs from near Monroeville to about Troy and Phoenix City. Now, there could be some snow north of that line, but the air is going to be very dry and probably nothing that meaningful. Let's check another opinion here. This is coming off the high-resolution NAM. It's almost identical. Same time, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The dark blue, that would be snow. South of a line from, again, near Jackson to about Fort Deposit and almost up to Opelika. So in terms of the accumulation potential, this is the latest product coming from the National Blend of Models. And first off, look at Louisiana. You can see some 5, 6, 7-inch amounts there along Interstate 10 of all places between Houston and Baton Rouge. Wow. So in Alabama, the blue, that would represent snow accumulation totals in excess of 2 inches. And some of the cities in that 2-inch zone, 2 to 3 inches, would include Mobile, Dauphin Island, Bay Minette, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Foley, Atmore, Bruton, Andalusia, Dothan, Eufaula. To the north, you can see a pretty sharp cutoff. And again, there certainly could be a little snow for places like Camden and Montgomery and Auburn, Opelika, but the amount should be lighter. But I want to stress here, it's not going to take a lot of snow to create icy travel. I've done this a long time, and I've seen in this type air mass where it's so cold, a 1/4 inch a half-inch of snow producing some really messy, icy driving problems. So even though you don't see a lot of snow indicated here, and there's probably not going to be a lot of snow in Montgomery or in the northern fringe of that, there still could be some icy driving and travel problems. For Interstate 20, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, points north, it looks like many of you will not see a single flake of snow tomorrow. It's all down to the south. This is the forecast. This is a vetted forecast from the National Weather Service in Birmingham for the state of Alabama, and it's in line with the national blend of models. You can see nothing for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, points north. Under 1 inch, Selma, Montgomery, Demopolis, Clanton, Marion, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Auburn, Opelika, Lafayette, Roanoke. The good snows down over the southern quarter of the state. And again, that's what's going to be very interesting to watch. As a little boy, I lived in Greenville, Alabama, Butler County, and you just don't see a lot of snow at that latitude. Now, let's look at the ice potential quickly. The good news, the NBM has just really backed off on any freezing rain problems, and this is what you don't want. Freezing rain, it's raining, it's below 32, coats everything with ice. And the freezing rain potential is well to the southeast of Alabama, parts of North Florida and South Georgia. Let's check the snow plumes. First off, for Birmingham, this is coming off the Shref. And we're looking for the black line on these charts. That's the mean. And again, most of the members show just nothing for Birmingham. Could there be a few snowflakes? Absolutely. But the mean, it's just barely off the zero line. But look at Mobile. Oh, how about that for a swap? The mean, the black line, it's about 2.5 inches for Mobile. The last time they had that much snow in Mobile was the blizzard of 1993, March of 93. The last time they had 3 inches of snow in Mobile was February of 1973. And their biggest snowstorm on record was back in the late 1800s, 1895, I think. They had 6 inches. We don't expect 6 inches, but certainly this looks like the biggest snow for Mobile since 1993 and maybe since 1973. And obviously where the snow gets down and accumulates, the icy travel will likely linger through tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. And most schools down in here have canceled for tomorrow and for Wednesday as well. Wednesday, we start the day way down in the teens in South Alabama. In some places in North Alabama could see single-digit lows, not wind chill indices. The NBM I see has dropped Birmingham down to 12 for Wednesday morning. That will be the coldest morning of the week, is Wednesday. And then Wednesday, we climb above freezing in North Alabama with mid-30s, maybe upper 30s. South Alabama should be touching 40. So where the snow falls in South Alabama on Friday or tomorrow, there could be some improvement Wednesday afternoon. But then on Thursday morning, we go right back below freezing again. Thursday morning will be in the 20s. So icy travel in South Alabama could linger into Thursday morning. And then during the day Thursday, we get well up in the 40s, and that should pretty much do away with the problems by Thursday afternoon. This is Friday. We note a little clipper coming down the northwest flow might squeeze out a few flurries over Tennessee or maybe the Tennessee Valley, but if that happens, we don't expect any impact. And highs Friday should be in the 40s. And then Saturday, statewide, most locations will exceed 50. That'll feel like a tropical heat wave. The sky will be sunny on Saturday, but then on Sunday, the next system comes in with a chance of rain for the northern half of the state. The high Sunday should be, again, low 50s in most spots. No snow, no ice, but rain on Sunday. And a week from today, this is Monday the 27th, the trough well to the west. And again, evidence there could be a few rain showers around. Let's quickly peek out 10 days. This is Thursday of next week, the 30th of January. Zonal flow, and that looks pretty quiet. We'll check temperatures coming off the NBM. This is the national blend of models. And again, your number will be different, of course, but this is for Birmingham. Tomorrow we stay below freezing all day, 31. We start the day at 18. Now, Wednesday morning should be the coldest morning. This particular output of the NBM is showing 13. I've seen it as low as 12. Some folks north of Birmingham could wind up at 8 or 9 degrees Wednesday morning. That's pipe bursting type weather. But then we climb above freezing Wednesday with mid to upper 30s, 40s on Thursday and Friday, low 50s over the weekend, and we'll be flirting with 60 by the middle of next week, around Wednesday the 29th, as all of this cold air is scoured out. So one more time, for those of you joining live here, we've got a winter storm warning for South Alabama tomorrow. Snow will likely begin across the southwestern counties of the state mid to late morning. This is what the radar could look like at noon. The blue would be snow. 4 o'clock, snow falling at places like Mobile, Foley, Bay Minette, Atmore, Bruton, Enterprise, Dothan, Ozark, maybe up to Eufaula, maybe up to Phoenix City. And then the whole thing kind of winds down by 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I'd say by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, the snow is long gone. And again, north of the blue on these maps, understand there could be a little snow involved here, maybe as far north as Demopolis and Montgomery and Prattville and Auburn, Opelika, maybe Lake Martin. And remember, in this type of air mass, it doesn't take a lot of snow to create icy travel. So just be aware of that. And then if you're watching this in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, or points north, it looks like all the action stays to the south, but we'll watch for any surprise. Look, our skill set in winter storms is limited. We all know that. Things happen. Sometimes forecasts get sideways, but the confidence is fairly high in this. And this is not like 2014. A lot of people are saying, well, hey, you said it was going to snow down there in 2014. You're right. The placement was a little off, but the main thing that got us in 2014 was the flash freeze, where the snow came down, hit the warm ground, and it melted. But the air was so cold it immediately turned to ice. We had a coat of ice everywhere, like an ice storm. In this case, the ground is not warm. If you don't believe me, go outside and take a walk today. The ground will be very cold, so any snow that falls will not melt, which means there cannot be a flash freeze. But again, any light amount of snow with these temperatures certainly can create some problems. So you got to keep your head on a swivel. With these winter systems like this. But again, confidence is high. The biggest issues will be down across the southern counties of the state, especially where you see the blue on that map, down across the far southern quarter of the state. It's going to be fascinating to watch everything develop. But you work on these forecasts for days, and then you sit back and you just see what the atmosphere delivers. The weather's going to do what it's going to do. So we'll find out tomorrow. So that's it for this update. Obviously, no school program today, and tomorrow my calendar has been cleared because of the winter storm. I'll be next out on Wednesday at Gaston School, which is up in Etowah County near Gadsden. Thursday, I've got Millbrook Middle School and Pelham Ridge Elementary, and then on Friday, Weaver Elementary. And then Saturday, I'll be speaking in Andalusia, Southside Baptist Church. Looking forward to an event there Saturday evening. Not too far from good old Butler County, my stomping grounds. Of course, Andalusia's down in Covington County, and they will see a lot of snow here from this thing tomorrow. We will have notes on the blog, AlabamaWX.com. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on the television side this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock, right back here in Studio A. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.